hello again, KCIW listeners, and welcome to Curry Café. I'm producer and volunteer Rick McNamer. Every Sunday, host Ray Gary puts together guests who impact our beautiful community here. Listeners can text in questions or comments to 541-661-4098. Again, that's 541-661-4098. Now here's Ray to tell us about today's show.
Well, we have a very good show, as always. I don't know why I should even have to say that, but it's going to be different, and it's going to be all about an event that we're going to be enjoying here very shortly in the Brookings area. So I'm going to just turn the mic over to our guest for today and have him tell you who he is and why he's here, and I don't know how much money he makes every year. Would that be
I have to divulge that
before or after taxes? But anyway, go ahead.
Hi, guys. My name is Dan Springen. I am the executive director of the Wild Rivers Film Festival. I'm also the executive director of the Orlando Film Festival, so I've traveled quite a distance to come out here and help the board 3 years ago to set up this film festival. And we're now in our third year. And last year, we actually started a workshop program for 12 to 18-year-old young adults. I guess you don't want to call them kids, young adults, 12 to 18, and teaching them how to become filmmakers so that if they choose that that's kind of their motivation in life to become a filmmaker, that they have a good jumping off point, a good starting point. And that was wildly successful last year, and I think it's just as successful this year because we teach them for a certain amount of days. So this year we had 5 days to teach and then 5 days to shoot. So we shot this wonderful show this year, and last year we did a documentary for the Tolowa Indians called The Canoe, which hopefully we'll be showing at the festival this year.
Okay, we also have another person here who is one of our homegrown talents, and his basic job, I think, is going to be interpreting what some of the things that Don has said, because in the 10, 15 minutes sitting around here, I frequently had no idea what he was talking about.
You talking to me?
Yes. You introduce yourself now.
My course here, I was working with Dan out on the film festival workshop for the couple of weeks back, and I can attest to everything he said, and it is every bit as confusing as you thought.
Oh, and Dan, I'm curious, you're from Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
What connection to Brookings? How did that all happen?
Yeah, that's such a great story. So here locally, you guys made a film called A Small Town Nutcracker Story, which is about to go into worldwide distribution. So we're going to show it one last time here locally. So if you guys who are listening haven't seen it, it's going to play Saturday at the Redwood. Don't hold me to it, but I think it's 2 p.m. I can check on my computer here. But so the film was A Small Town Nutcracker Story, and Rob Douthit, who also worked with us at the workshop, directed the film, and Sky Marie was the story writer, I believe, and then Sue Wright, who was past board president of the Wild Rivers Film Festival, was the executive producer. So that's kind of like the base of it, but they sent the film in to the Orlando Film Festival all the way across the country, right? Submit it to my festival. And I've been running that festival for 18 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've got long-time festival experience. And so for 18 years, I've been doing this festival, and I get this beautiful little film from Brookings, Oregon. I'd never even heard of you guys, just to be completely honest.
Most people haven't.
Right. So I accept the film into the film festival, and then lo and behold, here comes a whole troupe from Brookings. I mean, Sue, if you're listening, I forget exactly how many folks it was, but I think there was like 10 or 11 people that came in. 14 I'm seeing. So 14 people came in from Brookings to Orlando.
Oh.
And for the film and for the showing of the film. And it actually won an award. It won Best Ensemble Cast. And
Impressive, man.
yeah. Well, impressive for the filmmakers because they did it during COVID as well. So, imagine, all the kids are probably stir crazy. Let's get them out and have them dance in the woods. What a beautiful thought,
It is. Yeah.
So, so they win Best Ensemble Cast, which, in turn, after the award show, Sue comes up to me and she says, I really like what you're doing with your festival. And actually, I think Rob initiated it, but Sue and I got a chance to talk. And Sue said, hey, we want to have a film festival in Brookings. And I said, where? And she said, Brookings, Oregon. I said, listen, if you want to set up a film festival, I'm more than willing to help. And she gave me her number. I gave her mine. And I just figured I'd wait to hear because you hear that from a lot of people. But Sue called me back and she's like, okay, we're ready.
That's cool.
And I went, me too? I'm ready.
Across the country.
I'm ready to go too. Let's do it. And then I realized how far away from home it was. And I went, well, okay, that sounds like a lot of fun, especially when I heard, you're coming through the redwoods and, and we're on the coastline. And then the first day that I got here, can I segue just real quick?
You go segue all you want.
All you want. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going through the redwood forest and I'm a 55-year-old guy, right? I think I've smelled everything there is to smell on the planet, right? From food to spices
Don't
to
go into everything.
I
Sound like you were going to do a list. Don't.
I will do the full
You've done
list.
enough. Yes.
I'm gonna do the short list.
That's good.
And the short list starts with that redwood forest. And I had the windows down in the vehicle that I rented, and I'm driving through that redwood forest, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. And it was like the smell of happiness, the smell of freedom, the smell of real fresh air.
It's a beautiful place, man.
Yeah,
It's magical.
I couldn't believe
here.
it. Anyway,
It's
that was
very
my
nice.
segue.
Hey.
That was my first experience.
The smell of not Florida?
The smell of not being in an airplane, I guess. But
That's great, man.
no. But I've kept that with me, and I've told that story in Orlando, to friends of mine. I'm like, look, until you've been there, you haven't been there.
It's a special place.
It is.
I'm sure you didn't realize it at the time, and maybe you didn't tell your friends back in Florida, but you were driving through a fairly well-known hotspot for Bigfoot sightings.
Yeah. Actually,
I don't know. I guess you didn't see one.
no. Bigfoot saw me, but nobody believes him.
Right. That's perfect. That's
I bought that sticker the other day.
He doesn't believe in us either.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, man, that's a really beautiful story about two people
It was-
coming together and to make that cross-country link. And again, you can't get much more cross-country than from Brookings to Orlando.
No, sir, you can't.
Wow.
And so that's how it started. And they brought me in to be their executive director, and they put together a very, very solid board. And it's a working board, so everybody was involved, and we all just put our time and effort in. And next thing you know, we're showing, I think our first year was like 40 films. So we played at the Redwood. So we were in Redwood 1 and Redwood 2, I call it. It's all in the Redwood Theater, but they have two theaters in there. So I call it Redwood 1, Redwood 2. Then we have the library. And then also the Chetco Players.
Chetco Pelican Players.
Chetco Pelican Players Playhouse, which is just it's an amazing venue to show short films because, there's nothing assuming about it. You go in and it's what it is, and it's beautiful. I remember playing the first films in there thinking, I grew up in the theater. My mother was a theater director, and now I'm watching movies in a theater, and the backdrop is from the show that's going to be playing there like 2 weeks later. It was just great and well thought out. I mean, the board really did a great job.
Oh, they are wonderful. And before we forget, the Wild Rivers Film Festival will be happening here.
August 14th through the 17th.
Thank you. August 14th through the 17th.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Now,
And,
the thing is, though, is August 14th is opening night. So opening night, you need a VIP pass. But you can buy VIP passes online. And the thing is, if you get a VIP pass, you can go to all the happy hours. You can go to all the after parties. You can go to the awards ceremony, right? But if you don't want to buy a VIP pass, it really kind of starts on Friday. So Friday, it's movies for 12 hours at 3 different locations.
we'll put LA to shame, man.
Oh, yeah. LA who?
Los Angeles.
Oh, that LA. That LA.
As a person who had a VIP pass last year,
And I have one this year.
well worth the money. I would
Yes.
definitely consider investing in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you get, I mean, if you think about it, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 12 hours of movies. So that's 36 hours of movies. If you love film and you love independent film, I mean, these aren't Hollywood movies. You're not going to watch Hulk 9. You're going to watch movies.
Rocky 53.
Rocky 53. No, you're going to watch independent cinema. And these movies have heart. They have
Wonderful,
grit.
man.
They have everything that a movie should have.
Right.
And I vet the movies. A lot of the movies that I bring here, I vet them from my own film festival in Orlando. So I've already seen them. I know they're rock star films. You know, not bringing, first time films to Brookings.
Right.
It's really it's a great collaboration that makes independent cinema work, because it's not a bunch of guys out there making $800 a day, $900 a day. It's guys and gals who want to go out and they want to make a film with their friends that has heart, has passion, has truth, and it's relevant. And those are the kind of movies that we're showing this year at the festival.
And it has a lot to do with our youth in this community.
Well, the workshop certainly does.
Okay.
There is our workshop day, which is Friday. Let me just make sure I'm not lying to you. Let me go to my event schedule. So our workshop party is on Friday the 15th. So they all get their certificates for being a part of the workshop.
Okay.
And then after that little party with the kids on the Pocket, at the Pocket Park, I think that's what they call it, between Wicked Pig and the Redwood Theater.
Redwood Theater, yeah.
So we'll have that there, and that's going to be at 12 o'clock, and that's at the Pocket Park. And then right after that, we go inside the Redwood and we'll show the stuff that we shot with the kids up on the big screen. I mean, big screen.
That's
these
huge.
kids, a lot of these kids, this will be the first time they've ever seen themselves on a screen that size. So I'm really looking forward to it. And they all did such a great job. They did such a great job.
It sounds like a heck of a lot of fun, man.
Oh yeah.
Heck of a lot of fun.
I mean, it's a big party.
Yeah.
It's a party that surrounds films.
Yeah. Well, and again, this will be my first foray into it. I know this is the third year. I missed the first two. I won't miss this year. And it's kind of grown each year.
Sure.
From what I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, year one
Thanks to your participation, too.
Well,
We
I appreciate that. But it also takes a strong board, because everything that's happening is happening while I'm home. So a lot of the things that are being done to make sure that this film festival goes off without a hitch is happening from the board who's in town.
Right.
But year one, we had those crazy fires. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't even get back to Medford. I ended up having to go up to Gold Beach and through
the woods.
It was getting dark and I was getting lost.
It was.
it
was pretty nasty.
It was scary.
Yeah.
But luckily we didn't have that year too. So we had a bigger turnout, because people just couldn't get here.
Yeah.
Like they could last year. And last year we had a lot of great films, and this year we have a lot of great films.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to having as many people that want to come out and be a part of this there, because there's plenty of room and there's plenty of movies. Imagine you have 36 hours worth of movies. So even if you want to come out on date night, come out on a Friday night. Right. If you want to come out just to see something with your kids, come out Saturday in the afternoon.
Yeah.
What does the ticket cost to see one movie?
So ticket cost now that people are going to go, well, I want to see one movie and $20 seems like a lot. But here's the thing, $20 gets you an entire day pass.
Oh, okay.
So
That's better than...
yeah. So I mean, if somebody wants to come out and watch one movie, that's great, but it's still $20. It's still $20. But now imagine that pass gets you in to the Redwood 1, Redwood 2, library, and Playhouse all day long. You can watch 12 hours of movies on $20.
And not only the movie, the money that you're paying goes into our community to help
It stays here.
other aspects of the community.
That's right.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
And like I said, remember you can text in questions or comments, 541-661-4098. And now we could, back to the types of movies. You said there are also documentaries
Oh, yeah.
that we have, which I think most people are
Yeah.
a big fan of.
Yeah.
And comedies that we're going to have this year.
We will.
That's another one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
And especially doing news parodies. Is that?
Yeah. Well, in our workshop, we did a news parody.
Oh, okay.
Which we called the Wild Rivers Report.
Great.
And the kids act as anchors.
Great.
But then, it starts out very prim and proper and
Kind of like a Colbert Report, the old Colbert Report.
sure, exactly. It
Okay.
starts out like it's a real report, and then it just goes south,
With
and
youthful
crazy things.
energy.
With youthful energy and kids in shark outfits.
Oh, that's
So without, going into too much detail,
Okay.
it's that, it's wild. It's really, it's a fun show.
sure.
It's called Wild Wild Rivers is the name of the show right now. Wild Wild Rivers, and it's like an SNL, right? So it's like Saturday Night Live for kids.
But which is a great analogy. How many times did I think we all here probably watched Weekend Update?
Oh yeah,
And Counterpoint with Dan Aykroyd and
Jane Curtin.
you
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah. We
Okay.
things we can't say.
That's right. I know. I almost let that blurt out. But no, that sounds like fun.
Yeah,
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Kids did a great job. But with the films that we're showing this year, we've got everything across the board. We've got comedy, we've got drama, we've got horror, we've got psychological thrillers.
Oh.
Lot of stuff to choose from. And the documentaries, I was really pleasantly surprised this year at how many documentaries we received through Film Freeway. Film Freeway is where filmmakers submit, right? So if you have a film and you want to submit it to a film festival, you submit it through a company called Film Freeway. So it's filmfreeway.com. And you set up an account, you put your movie in, and then you pick where you want to submit. Well, a lot of these films have an Oregon base. There's the Oregon Boat, which is a documentary about a boat that was designed to be able to cascade through the wild rivers. And this is back before, whitewater rafting. I mean, this is back when they were just trying to get salmon in the boat, And we have a film called The Grand Salmon, which is 3 women who travel the whole distance of the salmon's run to see what they have to deal with along their journey. And they end up coming out in Astoria, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, up in...
Where the Columbia comes out? Am I right?
Yeah,
there?
that might be it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
My Oregon geography might be off a little bit, but
That's okay. That's okay.
I went last year, and I don't remember how many movies I went to, probably about a dozen.
Yeah.
And I found them to be, to range from breathtaking to, say what? There was one, maybe someday somebody can explain it to me. It was just these little plastic things running around, chasing each other. I don't know.
oh, was that like animation?
I think
It
you're
was
talking
a-
about maybe The Talisman. Was it a short film?
No, it was horribly long. It seemed to last hours and hours and hours, and it was this a little plastic toy or something ran over here, and then this one ran over there. No, it was all.
Now, Ray, you might have been over your head. There could have been a big allegorical
I'm sure it
thing
was.
going on
I'm
there.
sure it was. It had something to do with popular culture
Yeah.
since 1975. So I'm sure it was, but I don't know.
Well,
but then there
picture,
were others that were just, wow, that was really neat.
Yeah, big picture is, if you're going to have a well-rounded film festival, I mean, you could have a very stylized one-direction film festival, and I could show nothing but films about Oregon and about the woods, right? But at some point, that's going to get old, right? So what I
little plastic things chasing his that got old very quickly. But go ahead.
What I try to do is make sure that there's something that Ray hates. I did is well, now that I know, as soon as he's about to walk into that one, I'm just gonna, coax him. Hey, Ray,
right?
Come and watch the documentary about the salmon spawning, as opposed to the little Lego guys that run around for. But I mean, in all honesty, in all fairness, a film festival is something for everybody. Where, I mean, you got to have something that's going to appeal to the 12-year-old, to the 13-year-old, to the 40-year-old, to the 70-year-old. You're going to want things that appeal to an artist and things that appeal to an engineer. Having that diversity is very important.
Yeah.
So unless you're a specified film festival.
If there's somebody out there who that little plastic things chasing each other appeal to them, I don't think I want to know them.
Well, I mean,
if you come in the restaurant and I'm sitting there, go sit someplace else.
No, actually, Ray, I think that you would probably find them to be very interesting, because they might be a little more open-minded. So, I mean, with that said, we could talk about,
Look, if I was open-minded,
art is in the
eye of the beholder.
Thank you.
Okay.
I remember watching a lot of those. Now, I don't know if there's any animated ones in the Wild Rivers, or has there been, or maybe even Orlando. I used to, a long time ago, I remember a lot of these little animated films that they would do that were pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And kind of reminded me of the old Ray Harryhausen stuff, how he used to have to move each little creature.
Sure.
That kind of stuff is pretty cool. So, Ray,
might
be out of the
this wasn't that. It was little.
We understand.
Little plastic boxes, and it's just one.
I love
it.
Sounds good to me.
One banged into the other, and they were.
There's somebody
at
out
least
there
an hour and a half long too.
You need to play that again. Please play that again, because Ray cannot be the answer to all of our, all of our interest in cinema.
So, and Dan, I had to go back to your 18 years. You say you've done at Orlando.
Sure. Yeah.
So, what prompted you to start a film festival?
Well, very interestingly, as a filmmaker, my film won the Orlando Film Festival, and because I was a local, they were looking to put a new executive director in place. So as my entrepreneurial spirit, I said to them, well, I know nothing about running a festival, but I can run a film crew. If you allow me to run this festival like I'm running a film, I'll give it a shot. And they did, and that's what I did. So I brought my first assistant director in to be my assistant director. I brought my production manager to be my production manager. And we ran it like a film set. We didn't run it like a political organization. A lot of film festivals get over politicized. What we decided to do was focus on the filmmaker first, the art second, the filmmaker first. And I've watched so many young filmmakers turn into very experienced and thriving filmmakers, going from making short films to now making feature films that are out in the theaters.
That has to be pretty rewarding to see that.
It is. Very.
Yeah.
And I see it here too. A lot of these kids that we had at our workshop, Mike, I mean, you can just tell they're going to stay at least attached to filmmaking in some way, shape, or form, if not go on and become directors,
producer, or whatever,
cinematographers.
Yeah, I'm sure you had kids in this program who maybe they've always wanted to do something like that, and being here in Brookings thought, but I'll never get the chance. And now they have a foot in the door. They know what it's all about.
Yeah.
And could, I don't know, even get some offers for training or something.
Well, you
Very
guys
valuable.
had two of them on the show, Jackson or Jude and Blake,
Blake.
Right.
Yeah. Very impressive.
who are going to be in somewhere in the industry for the rest of their lives. There's
Yeah,
no
Blake's
doubt about it.
Blake's a talented kid
Hugely.
musically, and so is Jude on the violin.
Oh my God.
I mean,
They were-
between the two of them.
They were fantastic.
Jax is an incredibly funny kid. You guys are going to love Wild Wild Rivers. It's going to be one of the funniest things you've ever seen.
Yeah, Jax
and
is
these kids
funny.
are just
Oh my gosh.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Jade, the daughter of the Misty Mountain Brewing folks.
Yeah. She stepped up in a big way. Took on 3 starring roles. She's got, I mean, because we did multiple skits, right? So just like SNL, there's 10, 11, 12 skits, and she stepped up and took a leading role in 3, if not 4 of the skits. But you don't even know that it's her because she's changing outfits. She plays a shark in one. She plays Flo from Progressive. Yeah, from Progressive.
I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah.
Flo at 17, she stepped also, when you see that, and it's very funny. I don't want to oversell it, but it's very funny.
cute,
And when you see that, it's not terrible thing to realize she stepped into that role at the last minute.
The last minute.
The woman, the young lady that was going to play the role got sick that morning and had to step out.
Yeah.
And
The understudy stepped in.
The understudy stepped in.
and
How
was
cool is that?
brilliant.
Yeah.
Was brilliant.
Yeah,
Beautiful, man.
She did a fantastic job. All the students did a great job, and there were return students from last year, so they're just re-upping their information and what they're learning and picking up new things. I remember Theron, last year.
I was going to mention.
Theron last year, he was all about camera. But then he kept studying camera and realized that, okay, well, if I want to be super good at camera, I need to understand lighting.
Wow.
So he was like, this year he said, hey, what can we do that I can learn more about lighting? So we had Rob and Mike. Mike was handling kind of grip electric, like gaffer, key grip stuff. And then Robert was doing a little bit more of the cinematography and camera. And we added more, lighting information. And Theron really, he stepped up again this year as well.
Just multiple facets that most of us, I'm not aware. I mean, real quick, so acting, directing, producing, writing, back to the, what do you call them, grips?
Camera, audio.
Yeah.
Makeup. Well, camera,
Makeup.
video.
Makeup, hair.
Hello.
Yeah.
Wow. What, for the kids, there's an age, I shouldn't say limit, but you like to keep within a certain age group.
Yeah,
for
we found
kids.
most of the students were 13, 14, 15. But
Okay,
we
all
had
right.
it open from 12 to 18.
12 to 18. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they picked up a lot of information. There's one of the things that I always try and tell everybody is, so filmmaking is a craft, right? So if you become a cameraman, it's like becoming a plumber or becoming an electrician, or you're not in the limelight. You're not, in front of the camera in Hollywood glitz and glam.
You're the worker bee,
You're the worker bee. You're the technician.
which I've always liked.
Now, let me ask you a question. When was the last time, you talked to, just a right out of the gate electrician, if he made $450 that day?
Yeah.
And that's entry money.
Okay.
Like grips make $550, $650 a day. A key grip will make $750, $800 a day.
These are profitable
real
jobs.
These are real numbers. I promise you, they're real numbers.
Right.
I mean, I AD as that's kind of what I do to kind of pay my pocket, and then I make feature films to pay my soul.
Okay.
But like when I get out of bed to go onto set and AD, I make $1,000 a day. These are real numbers. And it's not just me. It's not because I'm better than somebody else. It's when they want an AD to run their set, they pay $1,000 a day, and that's commercial work.
And AD, please.
Assistant director.
Assistant director.
Yeah, so
I
the
was going to
person-
guess that.
Yeah, no,
But
you would have been right.
Thank you. No, okay.
So all these jobs are real jobs that pay real money. And if we can teach people in the Brookings area and build that infrastructure, that money will stay here in town.
There's an old joke from the industry about what's the difference between a flare and a highlight, and a flare being, the sun gets in your lens by accident. A highlight is the sun gets in your lens and it's on purpose. Yeah, well, it's about $1,000 a day.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Wow. That's the only difference. That's the only difference.
And also, Dan, I think I can tell by your energy that you absolutely love working.
Oh, yeah.
The kids.
Yeah.
And all the other people, too.
And the kids love working with him, too.
And that's a big
I
deal.
felt they did. Thank you for saying that. Yeah.
That's really cool, man.
So if somebody wants to become a grip, they're 18 years old or out of high school, maybe they're not looking for college or anything else, and how do they go about becoming anything? I've spent a fair amount of time in the L.A. area, which is like film vibe all the time, and you can hardly drive down the street without getting into a shoot. Yeah, and I wonder,
that's right.
If I got out of high school and was looking for a job, what would I do? Go hang around the studios until? Like I would like to work in lighting.
Yeah.
Is there a lighting school you go to, or is this an OJT thing?
No, there are. So there's a couple different trains of thought. So a film school, I would always recommend that getting a film school education is a good idea because it makes you well-rounded as opposed to going and interning at your local lighting studio, right? In Florida, before they went out of business, we had Hollywood Rentals. Hollywood Rentals rented out lights, grip equipment, generators. And if you didn't have the time for film school and you wanted to go right into the business, you could apply to intern there. Now, when you intern at a lighting studio or a equipment rental facility, you're going to learn that equipment. There's no getting around it. You're going to learn it. You're going to know what the difference between a 4K and a 6K, which are lights. You're going to know the difference between a C stand and a combo stand and a Mambo combo and a Jolly Roger. All these terms, you learn them. Yeah. But you would learn them in a film school as well. So depending on what your maybe financial status or social status or family status is, if you have the time to get to a film school, that's what I would recommend. Now, you don't have to go for 4 years, right? You don't have to go to NYU. You don't have to go to Columbia or, to become a grip or an electric, even if there's a good, and being this close to California, you could have like a 48-hour film school or even like a week-long film school and just do that.
What's a grip?
Grip, they shape the light. Okay. So a gaffer leads the lighting team. So the lighting team sets up lights where the gaffer wants them, basically where the cinematographer wants them. So the cinematographer says to the gaffer, put a 4K over here. Okay, so 4K being a light. So now that gaffer tells one of his electricians to set that light up and then monitors the scene. Because if you guys out there could imagine, I'm holding my hands up like a director. So what's in between your hands, if you're making a frame with your hands, that is all that people are going to see on the frame when they're watching the movie. So now you have to light that frame. Whatever's happening outside of these thumbs, I'm sorry, guys, if you can't picture what I'm talking about.
I think we all know. We've all seen it.
He's a scene director. Yeah.
Dan is now making obscene gestures to the other gentleman on the panel.
Actually, it started earlier, but
but that's funny because that's the truth. I mean, watching old sitcoms or whatever, you always see, here I go now, I'm putting my hands up, but that's a real thing. They actually do.
Yeah.
So they still do it with their hands like that?
Sure.
I would think there was some kind of a digital thing.
Well, they have like a director's viewfinder, and a lot of times what'll happen with the director's viewfinder is if you're using lenses, okay, so let's call them Zeiss, super speed lenses. So you have a 35, you may have a 50, you may have an 18, you may have a 24. These are, the different focal lengths. Okay. So you would attach that to the viewfinder, and then the director could look through the actual lens that they're going to be using when they're shooting that shot. Now, that's what you do when you have a lot of money. When you have no money, you put your hands up and you go, okay.
Hey,
Right? So you go, that's our frame. I
we're
want to
using that a lot at the film festivals. I mean, at the film festivals.
by that time, the movies are,
while you're making the movie.
Now, while you're making them, sure.
you.
That happens, especially in independent film.
Sure.
In independent film, if you have enough money to rent Zeiss Super Speeds and a director's viewfinder, more than likely you've got a little bit more money than,
Okay.
A lot of times, those movies, they don't even go to film festivals, right? So they go directly into worldwide distribution. It's like you guys locally had a movie called 65. Adam Driver was in it. I guess it had something to do with dinosaurs and some other things, but it was shot around this area. Okay. That's a big Hollywood to do.
Yeah.
That's a $65 million picture. They will never, ever, ever, ever go to a film festival. Never, ever go to a film festival. I mean, unless like 25 years from now, they go, oh, let's bring that back at, nostalgia and show you 65. But that movie's going to go into worldwide distribution right away. The films that we show are independent films that are made by independent filmmakers outside of the studio that make great cinema and tell you great stories that come from just an independent place.
Okay.
You're not going to get Brad Pitt,
Right.
even though we love him. You're not going to get Tom Hanks, but you're going to get real performances. You're going to get real acting. You're going to get real cinematography. And these movies are real. And they're beautiful. And sometimes it's nice to take a break from all the Marvel, and all the DC movies and all the stuff that we just
Not a fan, but right. But again, in this, there are talented people from other parts of the country that do come in for this. Not only the local people, but other
Films
talents
from all over.
Yeah, we had last year we had Hanokiwa, and we had a kid come from Japan from Japan here to support his movie. We've got Eve Annenberg, which she made a film about actors going through Juilliard. So the acting school in Juilliard, and it's a documentary. And we've got a special screening. This is going to be its first screening ever. And it's a documentary, but it's about these women who ran Juilliard's drama school. And they were tough, buddy. I mean, they were super, super tough on the actors. Laura Linney, Kevin Kline is in the film.
Great.
I mean, a lot of people are talking about their experience when they went through Juilliard. And it's like, they beat on you to the point to where if you were just thinking, I'll just take a drama class and see if I can get an A. No. I mean, they were like, some of them, like Laura Linney was kicked out of Juilliard.
I really like her too. I've seen her in a couple.
She's great. And she's in the movie.
The one with Richard Gere, I'm trying to think of.
Yeah.
She was, anyway, go ahead.
She's great. Anyway, and Eve is from New York, and she's coming in, and she's bringing her editor, who is Martin Scorsese's editor.
Okay.
So, this guy's going to be in Brookings, and he's going to be here for the 4 days that we're having the film festival for anybody to talk to. I mean,
you got a VIP pass. Come get in a conversation.
Yeah.
Pick his brain.
Yeah, and we have education every morning at 10 a.m. at the library. So we start on Friday, 10 a.m. We teach pre-production as much as you can, right? So 3 days in. So basically, I have 4.5 hours to teach you as much as I can.
And you're talking about during the film festival.
During the film festival.
Got it. Okay.
But it's during the days of the film festival. It's not during any movies. So we start all the movies at 12 noon. So I start a class at 10 a.m. at the library. And if you're there at 10 a.m., any filmmakers that are in town with their movies are invited to come and be on the panel to talk about pre-production.
Boy.
And then Saturday, we talk about production. And then Sunday, we talk about post-production.
This is for the public?
This is for the public. Anybody who shows up that wants to learn.
That's just great, man.
Yeah. I want to share, with people this industry because it's a fascinating industry, and it's not all glitz and glam. It's real work. It's real work.
A lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work, but you get paid for that hard work.
Yeah.
Well, that's always nice.
Speaking of that, I kind of want to go back to the film schools. I'm ignorant of this or unaware. Are there actually these film schools? Are they set up in universities, or do they actually have a special college, if you will, as a film?
Yeah, that's a great question. So it's a mix. It's a mixed bag.
Okay,
So
got both.
most universities, most big colleges will have some form of film school.
Okay.
Then community colleges have film schools. Like we worked this workshop with SWAC,
SWAC, great place.
and the facility's beautiful.
It is.
It was very conducive for what we were doing, Mike. No?
Wonderful human beings.
Yeah.
They're just great.
Yeah, and all their help,
Yeah.
while we were out there, it was fantastic. But that's a community college that if we can have a film class to teach there where we can get adults learning the business, then going and making movies. Like if I come from California and I want to make a movie in Brookings, I pick up the phone and I go, who in Brookings knows how to make movies? Right?
Yeah.
So, but this is an honest thing. So there's probably maybe 10 or 15 like Michael, and people who've been in the industry in some form, shape or form, but there's nobody who's actively really, at least that I've met yet, that's actively working in the film industry on a daily basis. Other than Andrew, who's kind of from here. He's California, but his wife is from here, so he's up here now. Actually directing a play, right?
We should give him a shout out.
We should give him a shout out.
Wall with Three Penny Theater. He's directed, and his wife is starring in with Kat Lydell.
I was going to mention that before we went off, that I saw that play the other night, and it was excellent. Very well worth going to. Go to the website and you'll find out
Awesome. Yeah.
where it is, when, and tickets and things.
They are in the middle of a matinee even as we speak, but they are also back next week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is in Gold Beach. So you can't see it here, but on Friday and Saturday nights you can see it here at the event center.
This has the amazing Kat Lindell involved in it, and anything she's involved in, you go do it. Go see it. She's multi-talented.
She's one of the people who got this whole thing going in the first place. 3 years ago, Kat was, a board member, and, she helped to get it up on its feet.
And unfortunately, Kat wasn't here for it, but this past week, her series here had its 500th episode, Insider Report, had its 500th episode on KCIW, which is huge for any kind of a broadcast to make 500 episodes.
Can you imagine that?
And wow. Andrew's wife was here.
Kat.
Andrew's wife was here being interviewed by Bruce and Jason Lydell for the show. So,
and
congratulations.
Did Bruce Ellis, was he part of the Wild Rivers getting that together?
No,
not Bruce.
Okay.
You know what's funny about Bruce? Are we talking Bruce who also does the events with Chrissy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Bruce was the very first person I met when I got to Brookings 3 years ago.
Oh, really?
Because I was meeting Sue down at the harbor.
I'm glad you didn't take that to heart and you stayed anyway.
Bruce is awesome.
He is an awesome.
So, but he was the very first person I met because he was setting up for the Pirate Festival. So he was like measuring off everything down there, and I just rolled into town. He was the first human being, and I said, "Hey." He said, "Hey." So, I mean, literally the first guy that I met in Brookings, and I just saw him yesterday down at.
That's a good omen.
I think so. He's great, and he's doing that Bigfoot Blues Festival right now.
Yesterday, I think.
Yeah, it was yesterday, and I think it's
still
today
going
too.
on today.
Is it today?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I've fallen in love with this community. Oh my gosh,
Well,
so many great people here.
there are, and it's. I'll go back to I could write a love letter almost every day to this place.
Oh,
I came up here from the Sacramento Valley, my home area. A lot of good memories, good things back there.
8
But
is enough.
what? Oh, that's right.
You remember?
Dick. Can't remember his name now.
Not Dick Van Dyke, but
No.
I see his
But
face.
we're on the same page.
8 is Enough was a television show
Yes,
from
it
the
was,
80s.
yeah.
It took place in Sacramento. Okay, sorry about that, Rick.
That's okay. But anyway, yeah, it's a magical area. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, we've talked about this a little bit on movies. I think, didn't they film part of the Star Wars up here?
I heard that they had. I heard like the Ewok village was in the Redwood Forest. Yeah.
There was a Jurassic Park segment film south of here, something called the Fern Valley, I think it is. It's a park, and you can walk right through the
Fern Forest.
Right, yeah, right.
It looks prehistoric.
Right.
Where I live, it looks like it's part of the Fern Forest too, where I live. So
you can walk right down the same stream and run away from whatever it was, the Velociraptor or whatever. So we've been talking here about films that are kind of professionally put together in an organized fashion and everything. And earlier today, before the show started, we were talking about Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Which is exactly the opposite. Here we have this guy who wants to make a movie. He doesn't have any money to make a movie. He doesn't really have a story, doesn't have anything. But he has his good friend Bela Lugosi who wants to be in the movie. So, again, without a story or anything, he films Bela Lugosi walking out a doorway and then walking around the back and just gets shots of Bela Lugosi and kind of makes a movie around that. And it had the most unprofessional people you could possibly imagine doing it. And he got the movie. Not only got it in a theater, but we're still talking about it today, 50 years later.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately for him, the way we're talking about it is the absolute worst movie ever made. And
known as.
Yeah.
But still entertaining.
Can you still make movies like that if you got a friend and just...
Well... There was an old Seinfeld episode about that. Hey, he wanted to go. He goes, oh, no, he wanted Elaine to come with him. No, you have to be with me so we can make fun of the movie at the same time. So,
right.
But it's still going on. So there you go.
Yeah, they're making movies at all different levels. I think back then, because film was so expensive that if you wanted to try and make a movie on film and you could get it done, you could get it seen because there wasn't a lot of product. Now, between cell phones and very inexpensive handy cams and being able to crush the depth of field for those who aren't familiar with that. So imagine, you take a picture and everything's in focus. Well, if you crush the depth of field, it means the person that you're focusing on is in focus, but the whole background is out of focus. So that's called crushing the depth of field, and it's a very cinematic way to make films. You can do that now with cameras on your cell phones. So people are trying to make films with their cell phones, but ultimately you're probably not going to get the Netflix deal or the
maybe get YouTube.
You can always get YouTube. Anything you shoot, you can put on there. But Amazon Prime is another place that people are getting their media now. So people are shooting, and the trick is you have to be at least 4K to be able to even get a minimum guarantee for your film. So a minimum guarantee of a certain amount of money, right? From Netflix, they call it a MG, and it's hard to get a movie out there, but I think back in the days of, Plan 9 from Outer Space, he cut it, he finished it, it was a movie, and there weren't thousands of them just sitting around like there are today.
Yeah.
And we're still talking about it.
Yes, and if you've never seen the film, take an hour and 18 minutes, I think it is, out of your life and look it up on YouTube. The whole thing is there. It was Bela Lugosi's last movie. It was his last movie because he died during the production of it. But that didn't stop them. They just got somebody to put the cape in front of their face instead. So it didn't have to be Bela Lugosi.
And that's Ed Wood, who is part of movie legend.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you want to see a great film, watch the movie Ed Wood. It's got Johnny Depp.
That's right.
And then there was another movie.
Tord Johnson, who used to be George the Animal Steele,
the wrestler.
The wrestler.
Along with Ray Stevens and Pepper Gomez. I mean, as a kid, I was a wrestling.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. So it'll give you the story of Ed Wood. It's a fine film. Like one of the only films that I ever, as soon as I was done watching it, I rewatched it. like back to back. That's
a
not a
special deal. I've done that, and there's not many movies.
not
I've
many
done it.
movies I've done that with, but I did that with the film Ed Wood.
Okay.
Watched it back to back.
Yeah. And back to, you talked about cameras and lighting, of course, and all this. What about, how does that equipment, is it a lot of that equipment donated for these film festivals? Or
Okay, so for the workshop, we have a very strong relationship with the Taloa Davie Nation.
That's very good.
And they have some cameras and they have some equipment. And then our workshop, we've been able to pick up some equipment. And then Michael, very graciously, Michael Gores, who's sitting in the studio with us, he has a bunch of equipment that he also brought to the party. So we were able to have enough equipment to teach the kids how to utilize stands, flags, lights, cameras, sound, those kind of things.
Okay.
But the town needs an angel. The town needs an angel who would be interested in seeing the infrastructure here. Because if the infrastructure is here, the films will come. It's like if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Remember?
The baseball movie.
The baseball film, yeah.
Will come to me one day.
Field of Dreams,
Field of
guys.
Dreams.
Come on.
Hey.
Yeah, but you had time to think about it. While Rick and I were hemming and hawing.
Right on.
But if you build it, they will come, and that's absolutely true. If there's a grip truck in town, even if it's a 5-ton grip truck, a camera van, and 2 decent cameras, even if they're Reds. Alexas are very expensive cameras, but a couple of Reds you can pick up now for $15,000-$20,000. It's not that much money.
I would strongly suggest a 5-ton grip truck, a grip electric truck that was sitting here in Brookings would work from Medford to Eureka and be occupied more often than not.
Yeah.
Because people are in the area and there's nothing in the area that services them.
And you would also have to, okay, so if you go to Medford and you rent your truck, your 5-ton grip and electric truck, to drive it to shoot in Brookings, now you got to travel with a 5-ton truck filled with gear with $1 million policy on it, insurance policy, and get through the winding switchbacks and get it here.
But is there a grip truck in Medford? I don't think so.
I would imagine.
I doubt it.
I don't know.
All right.
Well, the closest thing I've seen is Michael's van. He does a lot of work with that van.
It's not a grip truck.
You know, and
Judging from the quality of the commercials that are made in Medford for television, I doubt that there's much professional equipment.
That's my guess. And you asked me one day, Dan, do I have a 4x4 floppy? And all I could do is laugh.
Right.
You know, I know what one is. At least that.
Exactly. And
But,
for those of you listening, a 4x4 floppy is a black, basically a black, you can't see through it, rag that's connected by a metal frame that's 4 feet by 4 feet. So you can block light and block sun.
And the floppy is an extra flag that's 4 foot by 4 foot that velcros away from one edge so that you got something that hangs like a tent almost over you.
Yeah.
and this is the kind of stuff that was taught
This
to
is
some of
stuff
these
on
kids.
a grip truck,
Sure.
I'm
right?
assuming.
Yeah.
And that's standard fare on a grip truck.
Right.
So, you know, like a grip truck, a real grip truck with real lights and a taco cart and would maybe be, let's say for the gear, 50 to 100,000. And then the truck itself, let's call it 25,000. So for $125,000, you can have a truck that you can rent out for $500 a day. Plus, if you're the person who owns it, then you're making another $550 a day because you're
the owner.
You're the owner operator.
There
So
you
that's
go, kids. Start thinking about it.
And maybe you're the guy that also has a deal with a local company that does payroll, and you can handle the payroll for a company that wants to come in and pay you to hire the people to create your crew for you.
Yeah.
So all of these
Line
things
producer,
are potential.
production manager,
Bingo.
production coordinator, all those things are very doable things that can be
It sounds.
ran by people in this community.
With the democratization of film, it's open to more and more people all the time.
Sure.
And we're unfortunately running low on time here, about 5 minutes. But let's go talk about also, if there is an angel out there listening, oh man, please contact us here, kciw.org, or better yet, Wild Rivers Film Festival. There's got to be and I have it, but I've not written down,
Yeah,
a website
it's,
to where you could go and possibly donate or, help volunteer, be part of all of this.
That's
wonderful
correct. Yeah.
stuff.
It's wildriversfilmfestival.com. So as of today,
Simpler than that.
no, it's straight down the pike.
Great.
So wildriversfilmfestival.com. Right now, the films haven't been updated for this year because we're still figuring who's coming in, because the filmmakers that come in will get the best time slots.
Sure.
So once we know all the filmmakers that are coming in, we will update all the movies on the website. But yeah, everything else is there. The dates, the times, places to sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just be a part of the community and help out if you can.
You bet.
Because it also comes with perks. If you become a sponsor, you instantly get VIP passes. So you get to go to everything, that we're doing over the 4 days, including opening night, which is like an opening night gala, awards show.
Award show. I wanted to run. Yeah. Speaking of Los Angeles, Wild Rivers Film Festival has their own Oscar presentation, basically at the end.
Yes, we
An
do.
award show.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So, and that's at the Elks Club.
Oh, wow.
And they've been a great supporter of the Wild Rivers Film Festival.
Oh.
And we go up there and we have the show. It's our version of the Oscars. It's obviously not as
I know,
as
but
glitz and glam, but
it's the Brookings version.
It's the Brookings.
or the Wild Rivers Film
Yeah,
Festival.
yeah.
I think that sounds cool.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of
bet it
fun,
is, man.
Our first year we did it at the Checo Playhouse, and we realized it's just not big enough. Because we ended up with, like, last year I think we had close to 100, 100 people there between filmmakers and VIPs, and so just remember, when you get your VIP pass, you come to all the stuff.
I'm looking forward to that,
including
with
the
my VIP
awards.
pass.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then if I can, I'll just say a couple more things. So if you're a parent and you're listening and you have a child that's between the ages of 12 and 18, look into the Wild Rivers Film Festival workshop for next year, because we're always looking to impart information to give the youth another option. Some want to be carpenters, some want to be electricians, some want to be plumbers, and those are great. Those are great needed positions, but so are filmmakers.
You bet.
And a grip or an electric or an art department person, a prop person. If this is something that you think is in your kid's soul, then send them our way. We'd love to train them.
Boy, Dan, that's great info. Great info for the youth. Well, this has been one heck of a good show. Very interesting, very energetic, and that's what we like here at KCIW.
I was just going to mention energy. We haven't had a person like Dan on here. In fact, I don't think we've had a person with this much energy in Brookings in a long time.
Well,
Is this a
he's still
Florida
in his
thing, or is it a
50s,
movie?
you know?
business?
Yeah, I know, right?
So maybe a little bit of.
Well, I
he's
think-
just a child.
I
He's
think
still
a
in his
labor of
50s.
love is what's
wait,
happening.
wait a minute. Can't all talk at once.
Oh, sorry.
He's just a child. He's still in his 50s. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I'm not sure I had that much energy in my 50s.
Well, this has been great, and we really appreciate it, and I'm sure that
As do
the
I.
community appreciates it.
And he promised us before the show we were going to talk about mermaids later. So
There will be
That was the
discussion.
private joke
Yes.
that happened before. It
Yeah.
blew our host, Ray, away. So anyway, well, listen, everybody, thank you, Dan.
Thank you very
And
much, Rick.
I want to alert everybody, next week we're going to have Kathleen Dixon on to talk about the Third Act Oregon, and we'll find out all about that next week. Has to do with the environment and democracy and kind of deep subjects. But that'll be next week, and we're going to sign off here at KCIWLP 100.7 in beautiful Brookings, Oregon. Again, thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you.
All right.